Now streaming live, Full Velocity TV begins now.
Well, it is time to roll on to part 3 of our big Full Velocity TV triple header, which just kind of seemed to become normal for a fantastic Sunday night. Good evening, everybody. Welcome back to Full Velocity TV here live tonight. Over now at the Williams Grove Speedway. Hang out with the gang over here at the Grassroots Racing League. As I always say, you have some of the best and all the legends out there, but we all start somewhere. Why not start in the grassroots right here live tonight with some more street stock racing action? We're going to bring it to you here live on Facebook, on YouTube, on Twitch TV. Welcome back to the show, folks. Phil Lacasse here, along with my broadcast partner, Todd Stanton, doing the controls. And alongside me for our main event this evening, we bring another new voice to the conversation, our old buddy, Mr. Chris Miller, aboard here this evening. And Chris, welcome to the Full Velocity TV broadcast booth, bud. And let's have a good time out here at Williams Grove Speedway, grassroots racing, street stock racing action. Williams Grove, always a very tricky type of racetrack for all of us out there. So what do you think, bud, we can expect to see here for our grassroots racing league? We have a really good, strong car count out here. And again, welcome aboard.
Well, thanks, Phil. It's good to be here. I had a quick trip from Charlotte to make it here. But Williams Grove is tricky. Should see some good side-by-side racing depending on how the track comes in.
All right, well, I guess I'll have to wait and see. Heat race number 1 about to take to the racetrack here, fellas. So let's dive into tonight's starting lineup. On the pole for heat race number 1, going to be the 053 of Chadwick Rigby, the number 11 car of Braden Richards alongside. In row number 2, car number 16 is David Blackburn, with the number 71 car of Daniel Stifler on the outside. In row number 3, we find the 13 car of Caleb Ramsey with the evil one, Car number 21, Jim Revis alongside. In run number 4, we find car number 26 of David Klein with a 73 car of Stephen Moore. Next row back, we find the 44 of Head Start, Charlie Harrell. And on my screen, it says starting 10th. Hold on a minute. Can somebody make sure Todd's still in the trailer? Todd, you down there? Because it said on my screen, car number 111 of Too Tall Todd Stanton starts 10th. I've heard from Chris Miller, paging Todd Stanton, are you in the control booth or are you in the race car?
I left the race car at home, Phil. This is not my
Thank
favorite
God.
track. This is not my favorite track. You would ever see me out here, probably, unless it's running a demo derby.
Wow. Way to throw Williams Grove under the bus, Todd. This is one of the best racetracks in the entire country. Legendary Mechanicsburg, Pennsylvania. And, you know, we call us the Beast of the Northeast. We have our buddy Chris here, who resides out here in the Northeast with us, and you're bitching and complaining about Williams Grove being good for demo derby. I don't know. You stay down there and push the buttons, and I'm glad you got no Armco barriers out here to take down this evening. So that's the voice of my buddy Todd, and I can't believe he would take such just. I can't believe it, Todd. Just throw Williams Grove under the bus. I want to thank all you guys out there for watching. I got to thank right out of the gate our buddy Head Start Charlie Harrell, Mr. Stephen Calavota. Thank you so much for the stars donations, gang. They appreciate those in a big, big way. And I hope you're enjoying the new layouts we have here for Full Velocity TV. A lot of great stuff going on, and that's because of you guys. All the stars donations you guys have given us have helped go us a long way. Get to do a lot of great things, and we have a lot of awesome announcements coming up here this week. So if you're watching here tonight live on Facebook, well, stay tuned, because there are some cool things to come from us and a lot of things changing along. And on top of our new announcer initiation program, we bring our buddy Chris Miller aboard in here tonight for the Grassroots Racing Series off of turn number 4. Green flag going to go in the air at Williams Grove. And right away there, Chris, off of turn number 1, Chadwick Rigby, David Blackburn, they're going to lead the field now off turn 2.
Yeah, Chadwick got a little loose, but he's holding there strong in third now.
Sure is. You got the Knights of Iceman Daniel Stifler out there. Look at Caleb Ramsey's 13 car, the evil one, Jim Revis there, Todd. I was talking to Jim a little while ago, and he says, wait till we get to Williams Grove. I have a good setup out there. So I know Jim's been itching to come back to the Grove there, Todd. I think the evil one, 21 car, going to be a factor to play with out here tonight, too.
I definitely have to thank Jim Revis. Going to be a fantastic racer here at Williams Grove. Got a great setup underneath that number 21 machine, the 053. Down to the bottom side, that is Rigby in 053. I'm not used to that name, Phil. That's something new here for Full Velocity TV for myself. But right now, Daniel Stifler's large and at charge in that number 71 machine. He's in your top spot. Jim Revis, the evil one, running in second. Rigby for 3. Caleb Ramsey running 4th. And Stephen Moore running 5th.
Now, Chris, let me ask you, because you're a guy who turns a whole lot more laps in this simulation than I do. It's been a better part of about a year and a half since I've turned a lap on the dirt here in iRacing. Williams Grove was a tricky type of racetrack. In these big, heavy street stocks, how can we expect this racetrack to transition over the course of this night?
I think you're going to see the top side come in, probably. It looks like it's starting to slick off there in the middle. You just got to throw it in there and hope she sticks. So a little bit of throttle control too here later on in the evening.
I'll have to wait and see how it goes. Off of turn number 4, Daniel Stifler up front, going to take himself just one lap shy of the halfway point here. 10 laps of distance here for our heat races tonight. The top 4 are going to advance on into the main event. And off of turn number 2, we go in car with the number 21 of Jim Revis, currently running second, and he's starting to run down our race leader, Daniel Stifler. Off of turn number 3 and 4, a great side-by-side battle for third between Rigby's Soul 53, the 13 car of Caleb Ramsey. Chris, that's a good drag race down the chute. Cars look really even right now, but as you said, outside lane looks to be already starting dominant. Rigby able to hold that position there off of 2.
Yeah, they were doing a little good side-by-side battle in there. Now they're back to single file. I'll later see who can get the advantage on the other.
They're all strung out all over this legendary half mile here at Williams Grove Speedway, Mechanicsburg, Pennsylvania. Very flat, long racetrack, long straightaways, long sweeping corners, Armco barrier on the inside and outside, and no pesky Ute tires. That always makes me happy because walls work. They're going to keep us in where we're supposed to be, and you exit racetrack, there's probably a fence out there also going to do its job. It'll keep you in. It'll keep people out but don't want to be in. So we'll have to keep an eye on that. Stifler still leading the race into turn number 1 now. Revis in for second. That battle for third, still very much a good one. Rigby able to hold it up high. Caleb Ramsey for fourth in that fifth place running car. Number 73 of Stephen Moore, we just saw run really good over Charlotte with DWR running in fifth there. Made a little bit of contact with the 13 car of Caleb Ramsey. Got that back end a little bit light. That looked like it was tough to save. Good save there, Chris, from 73.
Oh yeah, for sure. Good save.
Work our way off of turn number 2. It is all Daniel Stifler up front with Jim Revis. In for third, we find that number 53, Carl 53 of Chadwick Rigby. Caleb Ramsey in that final transfer spot, fourth, and Stephen Moore running in our top 5 off of turn number 4 this time. White flag going to go in the air. One more trip around for car number 71, Daniel Stifler. Iceman had a tough trip tonight in Charlotte there, Todd, at DWR, but so far so good at Williams Grove for the 71. He's really good at these long sweeping racetracks.
And definitely fantastic for the number 71 of the Iceman, Daniel Stifler. But off of turn number 4, picking up heat race number 1 is going to be that number 71, the Iceman, Daniel Stifler, taking down the win. Jim Revis, the evil one, the 21 going to finish up second. Rigby for 3, Caleb Ramsey for 4, Stephen Moore for 5. And we'll leave the rest up to the scores here, Phil.
Absolutely. Scheduled to take 4 into the transfer spots here for the main event. Good little healthy car count out here tonight. So I wonder how many we take into the feature event and how many we play here for Alphabet Soup. We'll have to wait and see. But we're through heat race number 1 here live on Full Velocity TV here. Got to thank our sponsors out here, of course, tonight. Got to thank the likes of Brendan Spadafora at Spadafora Firearms. Got to thank Jeff Brown over at iRacing, iFlag. Got to thank Evil One Graphics, our buddy Jim Revis out here with us tonight. Got to thank CNC Race Designs, our buddy Jameson Colbert. She's been a lot of help behind the scenes as well, as has Josh Smith from DirtSeries.com. Going to thank all those guys as well over there. Chili Bowl Nationals wrapping up here this coming Thursday night. Also going to thank Tyler Blankenship over at Hanover Record Service for a lot of help he has given us behind the scenes. So Full Velocity TV, got a lot of great people behind us. Got to thank Charles Wooten, all his help here with these new overlays that look absolutely sick. Charles, a valued partner to us here also at Full Velocity TV. So a lot of cool things to come and a lot of great people behind us making this show all come to life. So heat race number 2 about to come to the racetrack. So what do you say we dive through the lineup? On the pole is car number 14 of RJ Klein with a 22 car. 22 of Lon Franks. That's a new one there. Car number 8 rolls off next. That is Austin Miners with the number 12 car. Electric Eric Eichstadt on the outside of the second row. Row number 3 on the inside. The number 62, the showstopper, Jamie Massey with the number 46 of Bailey Hip alongside. In row number 4, we find car number 20 of Greg Turberville, the 420 of David Clymer, and fast Frank Gonzalez. He rolls off shotgun aboard car number 04. Haven't seen Frank here in a couple of days, so good to see him out there on the racetrack. iRacing.com pace truck going to make its way off to pit road, this time I believe off of turn number 4, and we're going to send these guys loose for 10 more action-packed laps here around the Williams Grove Speedway, and I just wonder what we can wait to see here. This is a really good field of cars here, Chris. We got some really good drivers in this field, essentially from 1st to 9th. They're all capable of all going up there and grabbing a checkered flag.
Yeah, for sure. I just got done racing with some of them guys. Lon Franks is fast. Salter's fast. Gonzalez can be fast, and so can Eichstadt. Does look like RJ Klein did not make the grid, and neither did Massey.
I don't see it, RJ. Yeah, I don't see Jamie Massey. That's kind of unfortunate. He saw a really good run here a little while ago. I said I don't see RJ out there either, so it looks like it's going to shake the entire complexion of the starting lineup. Paul Austin Miners up to the pole with the outside will be Lon Franks. Jamie Massey 62 car is out there. He'll roll off P3 now. So keep an eye on the number 62 and the 22. This could be a good run. You got Eric Eichstadt's 12 car in there. Off of turn number 4. Green flag going to go in the air. Austin Miners going to lead the field into the corner. Going to leave that race on for second between Lon Franks and Jamie Massey. Good drag race there off of 2. Give it to Franks down the chute there, Chris.
Yeah, wait for Massey to hold it together there through the turn. Dragging Eichstadt down into turn 3.
Good battle there through 3 and 4. Now we come off the corner. Battle for the lead shaping up as Lon trying to get the run down low under Austin Miners down the chute now into turn number 1. Miners with the lead. Lon holding on for second. Eichstadt moving up to the top lane of the racetrack, Todd. He's around Jamie Massey for third. Eric Eichstadt, another guy at these long, flat racetracks, always seems to come to life. Electric Eric, he has absolutely been electric here lately. He's put some really good runs together. Up to third now off of 4.
Yeah, we really need to work on that Electric Eric. We got to have a lightning bolt come out of the sky or something.
Oh.
It would be rather interesting if we could do something like that, because that's just the way I think of it when we say Electric Eric. But running in that third spot, up front it is Austin Miners aboard that number 8 machine, Lon Franks for 2. He's looking down to the bottom side here, trying to get that forward bite off of turn number 4. As we're going to come up on 7 laps remaining here around Williams Grove Speedway. And it's Mechanicsburg, Pennsylvania is the site for this fantastic track here. As I don't like it, but it doesn't mean that other people don't like it. I've actually
This guy
visited it.
yucking up.
Yeah. As I don't like it, Phil, but I've been to the track. I do like the racing there. Doesn't mean that I like it around it.
Oh, man. Yucking up a
Lon
little more
with the
there, Todd.
slide.
Yeah, look at Lon Franks there with the slide. All right, Chris, what are you seeing there? Is Austin going to come back down? I didn't think we'd see sliders getting thrown this early in the street stocks, but low side seems to still have that grip down there to pull these things off.
Yeah, Lon was making that low side work.
Well, he sure did. Now he's back up high down the back chute. Austin Miners in the 8 car. Almost looks like he may be having a little conversation with the aliens up there. As he's disappeared, now he reappears. Oh my God, he reappeared right back. He was low underneath Lon. Now he ends up high. I don't really like that feeling. If I'm Lon Franks and all there, Chris, if you're down low racing along for the lead, that car alongside you disappears. That's going to scare the crap out of you. Please don't let him appear back on top of my car.
Oh, for sure. It's one of those times where you kind of can't let your nerves get the best of you. You got to keep at it, hope that you're not in his way or where he is going to be.
Oh, look at that dive into one, almost 3 wide for the lead there. Oh, Electric Eric maybe hit that lightning bolt down there, and do not dare call him Twilight Sparkle off of turn number 2. He shoots it down to the inside, does that 12 car running in third. Lon Franks down low. Austin Miners up high. Here comes the showstopper. The number 62 of Jamie Massey to the right. Eichstadt getting really loose. He's on the inside wall, Todd, off of 4.
I think he stuffed it a little too hard in the inside wall. I think he got a little left front damage there.
Looks like he certainly did. Tough break for Eric Eichstadt. Was having a good run. He was hanging it down there in the bottom, and you see that, Todd? He hit the wall. He kept going. We stay green. He had one of those stupid Ute tires down there. Eric had probably been stuck in the yellow flag when it had to come out. Tires are bad, Todd. I don't know how you continue to defend those things.
Tires are fantastic down there. You still see the Uke tires there. Look at them. They're right there. They're pretty down there. They're minding their own business. It's like a wall. But the 22
And you can
of
throw a
Lon
blanket over the top 3. What a race.
It sure is. Look at that race down the back chute. Chris is on top of the race next year. Austin Miners leading. Jamie Massey there. Lon Franks. These guys are really going after it. I'm really impressed with
Coming
the
to the white
racetrack
flag.
is holding up. And they're coming to the white flag. Look at these guys going at it.
Oh,
All
got a
people
little
race
loose.
lead.
Oh,
Oh, and contact, and around goes Lon Franks, and that stinks there.
And he
He's
keeps it
on a
going.
second. He's going to keep it going down the back chute into turn number 3. Austin Miners looks like he's poised to take down the win of this thing, and somehow, someway, Jamie Massey from 4th to 2nd. He's going to come off of 4, give the 8 car the race win, put Massey in for 2. Looks like Bailey Hip going to somehow come out of nowhere to finish up 3rd. Greg Turberville 4th, and fast Frank Gonzalez rounds out with a top 5. The only issue for Frank there, Todd, only the top 4 transfer on so far to the main event, unless we have a little bit different angle with Alphabet Soup. It's happened before, but we have a good, strong car count here tonight, so I got to imagine there's going to be some kind of consolation. I guess we'll have to wait and see. But, Todd, we haven't done this a while all night long. We got heat race number 3 coming on the racetrack, so why don't you take us through a starting lineup? You up to that?
Definitely ready for this one. Is something going awry with some of my widgets here, but we're going to make it through here. Starting on the pole, driving the 112 machine. That is going to be, or 113 machine of Eric Warman on the pole. Outside of him will be the number 631. That's Alex Cummings aboard the 631. Inside row number 2, starting in that 3rd starting position. Driving the number 4, that's Tyler Blankenship and his dancing brother outside. Driving the number 78, that's our friend Richie Ryan aboard the 78. Ryan aboard the 78. Starting in the 5th position in the number 60 machine, that's Trace Williams. Outside of him is the number 10, that's Casey Brunson. Start rolling off 7th is the 178 of Steven Reduce. And outside of him will be the number 61, that's Josh Peacock. Shotgun on the field, it's a double knot, the 00 of Blake Ripley.
Well, there you go. 9 more drivers going to take their turn around the legendary half mile. And we saw a lot of really heavy hitters in heat race number 2. We got a couple of really good ones here and some relatively unknowns out there. We've seen Eric Warman, we've seen Alex Cummings before, but they're almost going to get put in the spotlight this time. You got guys like Trace Williams and Steven Reduce. We've seen him have a good run. Josh Peacock starting deep in there. So strap in there, Chris. I think this one's going to be a lot of fun to watch, and I think it's going to be a lot of relatively unknowns. This win could come really from anywhere.
I think so too. I think you should keep your eye on that 61. He's a pretty good car wherever he goes.
Yeah, we're trying desperately to find a nickname for Josh Peacock. He's a cool guy, friend of ours. Talked to him a little bit last week, and I'm trying to come up with one there, Todd. The best thing I came up with, it was really bad. It was like the Flying Pheasant, and I think for Josh, we're going to do a whole lot better than that. So, Todd, get the creative juices together down there, working with our nickname for old Mr. Peacock there. But off of turn number 4, green flag going to go in the air, and it's going to be Eric Warman going to lead the field to Alex Cummings alongside Tyler Blankenship already in that fast number 4. He's going to dig to the low side. It's a drag race for second off the corner. Give it to Blankenship off the turn. The turn number 3 and 4 there off of turn. Look at Warman going to run that car up high. Blankenship down low. Warman making almost a little bit of contact with the wall there, Chris. What do you think of him running in that high lane? You flirt with the risk of hitting that wall every time. In a place like Williams Grove, even a little tap to that right rear, can that hurt your race car enough to really slow you down?
It'll definitely slow you down. It just depends on how hard you hit it. If you can keep it straight, or like I said. But we got a battle shaping up there for 4th.
Sure do. Good one going on back there. You find the likes of Trace Williams is back there. Casey Brunson of the 10 car racing in the points up here. Alex Cummings in the 631. Those guys are really going after 3, almost 4 wide. Look at that battle down the back chute there, Chris. That's a good one.
Yeah, the 10 car peeking his nose on the inside of the 60 car Trace Williams.
Little drag race off the corner for 3rd. We're drag racing in the front chute. Todd racing along to the lead. You got Warman's 113 there, but Tyler Blankenship, he's got a good piece down there tonight. Tyler is digging down low. Do you think he can find the grip this time to 3? They're drag racing down the back chute, Todd.
Down the back chute is Tyler Blankenship and that number 4 machine diving down to the bottom here at turn number 3, trying to get around Warman aboard that 113. He's got the power off the corner. Does not look like the number 4 machine can get up to the top spot.
Oh, sure not. And I'm going to say, Todd, take a drink of that, whatever you got down there, that raspberry Coke or whatever you've been drinking out there. But these guys still going at it. Really good for the race lead off of turn number 2. They're still up high. Warman versus Blankenship, and racing they're still going on for the 3rd spot. Looks like, is that a 10 car? It's a 60 car. Trace Williams, he just broke out of that fight there for 3rd, leaving Brunson to fight for his life back there. Chris, 4th on back. Really good battle back there. Brunson and Cummings, and you said Josh Peacock, that 61. He's coming through that field as well.
Yeah, he's made his way up to 5th, battling for 4th right now.
Good battle down the back chute. He's going to come low. A little bit of tap there to the back end of the 60 car of Williams. 3-4 cars there. Is Cummings also in the mix as well, going at it for that 3rd spot. Still a drag race down the front chute. There is we're going to put start on lap number 7 on the board here. This 10 lap. A little longer distance of the heat race here at the Williams Grove Speedway here tonight, but we got good racing going on, Todd. 3rd on back, some Blanket. That race for the lead, still a really good one. Blankenship and Warman, those guys have been door to door for the better part, about 3 or 4 laps. 2 really good even groups here. How much longer through the night do you think we can expect that?
It's going to be rather interesting there, Phils. You've seen the 60 bounce off the wall. We were watching the 60 versus the 61 of Peacock, and the 60 bounced off the wall of Trace Williams as he hit that gate on the back straightaway, that tricky gate. But it's going. I think it's going to last. These guys have a great battle going on. I think the bottom's starting to slicken up just a tad bit, as Josh Peacock still looking to get around the number 10 of Casey Brunson. Brunson right now holding on to the 3rd spot. We see popsicle sticks in the air. 2 more trips around the speedway for Warman in that 113 machine. Blankenship's just not going away. Just cannot get the mustard off the corner.
No, he's not. And you agree with Todd there, Chris? Is that grip in that low side, is this starting to go away on these guys?
It very well could be, but it's still there. People are, the guys are still trying to make it work. And I think Peacock's got a car that can go down low or high.
Yeah, he's really making it happen back there in that 61 car. As this time by here, white flag going to go out around the speedway. One more trip around. This great battle going on for the lead. Eric Warman and Tyler Blankenship, they are off the back chute into turn number 3. 113 going to just take a peek out to the race lead. Blankenship, does he drive it in deeper than normal? He's going to drive it in nice and even.
Oh, it's going to be a drag race.
Oh, it's a drag race for sure. Down the front chute. Give Eric Warman get a great run off the outside. He'll take down the win. Blankenship in for 2. Casey Brunson 3rd. Alex Cummings for 4th. And Josh Peacock going to finish up there in the 5th spot aboard that 61 car. But on the outside looking in there is we're only going to take 4 through the transfers in our heat racing action. So we'll wait and see what is coming up next as iRacing starts to adjust there. And it looks like we are going to move on into the C-Main. C-Main going to also be 10 laps in length. The top 4 will transfer on into the B-Main. So we have a lot of races still left to go. So stick with us. 10 cars going out there. And as we said, 4 to transfer. Here is how they'll come to post. On the pole will be Carter 44. Head start, Charlie Harrell. Appropriate to put head start out there on the pole. And alongside the 420, that is David Clymer. In row number 2, where good buddy Carter 78, Richie Bryan out there in the second row. And alongside of him in the number 26 car, that is David Klein. In row number 3, we find the electric one, Eric Eichstadt aboard car number 12. He'll roll off on position number 5. Stephen Radunes in car number 178. He rolls off in the 6th spot. Row number 4, we find car number 11, Braden Richards, the number 14 car of R.J. Klein, scheduled to roll off 8th with the 00 of Blake Ripley. And again, I somehow find this 111, Todd Stanton. Todd, did we have a rookie boo-boo tonight?
No rookie boo-boo. I think I was going to come in and race that tonight, Phil, but you told me no. I couldn't. I had to run controls. I had to be in the trailer.
Well, yes. That's your job. I mean, let's be fair. You were up till 3 o'clock this morning working on stuff. You put me to work all day with the new announcer initiative and the new calendar scheduling and getting some people all communicated with that we kind of slacked behind on. So we've been in the chair since we woke up this afternoon. I say this afternoon after going to the bed long into the morning, but that's neither here nor there. And we've been going at this all day long. We don't get to go out there and play and drive. This is work, man. This is what we do. This is what we love. This is what everybody expects to see. And we are having a good one out there. Going to see hello. We see Chad Rigby out there in chat, Caleb Ramsey, and our old buddy and broadcast colleague, and I hope to God he'll come back and join us one day, the Monstar Jake Keel. Great to see you out there, Jake. Missing you for sure out here on Full Velocity TV. We're here tonight at Williams Grove Speedway, awaiting the C-Main. And Todd, you're having a little bit too much fun down there with these widgets and that ticker. I wish I could see what it says right now, because whatever reason, all my feed is frozen up over here. So I need to refresh this thing. But Chris, you ready to take this thing to green for us? This ship is sinking.
Here they go. I'm coming out of 4 for the green flag.
There we go. Green flag going to go in the air is... some rubber reason I'm stuck off my screen and trying to see these guys race off of 2. Look at head start Charlie Harrell, that awesome looking 44, leading the field down the back chute. Here comes the 420 car of Clymer. He gonna look to the inside of that, but look at that 44. Do I see a Full Velocity TV logo on head start's car? Look at that. They're 3 wide for the race lead. Chris off the corner. Who's gonna come out of that thing?
It looks like the 26 car is gonna come out top.
But David Klein up to the lead aboard car 26. Clymer there for second. Head start back to third. Somebody tell Charlie the gas pedal's on the right. Come on, head start. That's why we call you head start. Give this guy a race lead. Come on, Charlie, we're rooting for you. Racing action going on for 4th between Blake Ripley and Braden Richards in the 11. I'm really stunned to see a guy like Braden Todd into the C-Main, because he's a guy who's really shown some really good speed here recently. He's got some work to do.
Yeah, definitely, Phil. I have to agree with that. There's some work to do here. And Not used to seeing some of these guys in the C main. Nevertheless, there's some fantastic racers here. Like Eichstätt, like you said, Eichstätt. You got David Klein in here. I mean, I'm not accustomed to seeing any of these guys in a C main. You're usually seeing them in the A main. Head start Charlie Harold right now, still running in that third spot though, Phil. But Eric Eichstätt in seventh. Wow.
Yeah, that's kind of a little peculiar for Eric out there. It looks like he may be having some issues. He is way, way behind, and looks like Richie Ryan's night may be done as well. He's 8th of the 8 cars that joined us out there. But Eichstätt back there running 7th. Not sure what's going on there, but what I do know up front there, David Klein's 26, Chris. Once he's found the lead, he don't look ready to relinquish that thing anytime soon.
I don't.
Race off into turn number 3 there. David Klein with the race lead. David Clymer, the number 420. He's settled into that second spot. Charlie Harrow right now looks comfortable there in the 3rd position. You got Braden Richards there at 4th. Blake Ripley, he is running 5th, but Blake's going to have some work to do because only the top 4 can transfer on into our main event. So now we got racing action there going on for 3rd as Braden's coming underneath Charlie Harrow. Charlie gets a little bit loose there off the corner, put Braden up to 3rd. Todd, we need to see if we can't get a hold of Eric Eichstätt. Now Charlie gets a little bit of contact from behind. He's going to go around, and that's going to stick Charlie Harrow behind. We stay green, but that was racing outside the transfer spot, and too bad for Head Start. Looks like his chances to even advance onto the A main, even to the B main. Looks like those may have just went up in smoke there, Chris.
Yeah, Charlie was running 4th. He was right in there at the transfer spot.
Sure was, but it's still David Klein up front, a full second advantage over Clymer, the 420. Braden Richards now up to 3rd of that number 11 car. He's starting to come to life a little bit as he's beginning to run these guys down to the top 3. And how about the run now for Blake Ripley in that number 00 car? He is running in the 4th spot. Eric Eichstätt right now back loaded in the 5th position. Next time off the corner, there's going to be 2 more trips around there, Todd. And Eric Eichstätt, a guy who's usually really good at the Grove, he's going to have to drive the wheels off of that thing for a lap and a half to run down Ripley to see if he even can't advance into the B main. Really strange for Eric.
It's going to be tough there as Ripley right now running in the 4th spot, the final transfer position. And Eric Eichstätt, man, he's not accustomed to the C main. I'm going to tell you that right now. Aboard that number 12 machine, now dives back down to the bottom side, trying to get something to work for the number 12 as he gets up side by side. Ripley gets a little bit out of shape. He comes down the track trying to defend his turf as we're on the final lap. But Eric Eichstätt, this is a battle for the final transfer spot. We know David Klein, David Clymer, and Braden Richards, those guys already locked in. We're going to stay with this final transfer down through the C main. It's side-by-side drag race down the back straight away. Here comes Eric Eichstätt trying to pull off the pass here through the corner. Looks like he's going to make it in there, Phil. As he comes off of corner number 4, he's going to make it in the number 12 machine. But David Klein taking down the win. David Clymer for 2, Braden Richards for 3. Eric Eichstätt rounds out your top 4.
And that's a tough break for Blake Ripley there, Chris. He was trying to hold his own and do all he could to maybe throw the block and hold that spot, but tough thing to do when there's a good car like Eric behind you, is that for sure?
Yeah, for sure. And but the way the track was, I think he threw it in the one little too hard and slid it up. Gave the room for Eric to peek his nose in there, and he took advantage of it.
Sure did. And put Eric Eichstätt now onto the B main that has 10 cars scheduled to roll off for 10 more trips around, and 8 of these 10 drivers will race their way on into the A main. So here you go, folks. Starting lineup for our B main here tonight. On the pole, we're going to be car number 73 of Stephen Moore with the number 04 of Fast Frank Gonzalez alongside. In our second row, we find the 61 of Josh Peacock, the number 16 car of David Blackberg alongside. In row number 3, the 22 of Lon Franks, the number 60 of Trace Williams. Our fourth row, we find David Klein, David Clymer, those guys coming out of the C, as well as Braden Richards and Eric Eichstätt. So they make up your 10-car field. But the problem is here, 10 will start, 8 will transfer on into our 60-lap main event. What do you think there, Chris? For guys who just come off the racetrack running the C, is there any advantage to even having the time on the racetrack to feel how the surface may be adjusting to these guys who qualified straight into the B main? Who do you think's got the advantage?
I think the guys in the back will have a slight advantage. Just came off this track. I mean, it really hasn't changed, so they know where it's slick and where the brown stuff is to get that grip, and they could very well make their way up to the front.
Well, I guess we're going to be waiting and seeing here real quick because the iRacing.com pace truck will find its way onto pit road this time around, and we will throw 10 of the best out there for final 8 spots tonight to grab. It is all down to the B main here at the Williams Grove Speedway. As we'll say here, we can't say it yet there, Todd, but I guess come Tuesday we'll be able to say things like the flash bulbs are going off, and I'm not sure how I feel about all that, but we'll talk about flash bulbs and shiny things. No new racetracks, but flash bulbs, Todd. You ready? Flash bulbs are going to go off of turn 4. Todd, why don't you take us to green?
Get ready to go. Green flag racing off of turn number 4. Green flags in the air. Loud pedal is down in the street stocks. Right through the floorboard, the number 73 machine of Stephen Moore, the H&L sponsored machine to the lead. Contact made through the field there. Looks like Peacock involved in that one. The 60 machine also. Whoa!
Oh, they're still wrecking.
They're still going. The 16 of David Blackbird around Blackbird. The 16 machine down on the bottom there. He gets it gathered back up. No yellow flag. You are still clean and green. The 73 machine of Stephen Moore still in your top spot. The 61 of Josh Peacock running for 2. Frank Gonzalez running 3rd and 4th right now is the 22 of Lon Franks. But Franks now makes short work of Gonzalez. Fast Frank trying to get back to the top, back to 3rd there, but the 22 machine of Lon Franks motoring right by him.
Yeah, he certainly is. And Chris, watching these guys toward the back of the field through all this contact, we picked the 8 drivers out of this B main. For guys who got wrecked there early on, how does that change the way they attack this racetrack? They're probably going to have to overdrive and take some chances they necessarily wouldn't usually make.
Yeah, that's the common misconception people make. You know, when you get stuck in the back on it, especially on like a slick track, you can't really overdrive these cars because you run the risk of slowing your time up, and we had a little discombobulation here out of 4.
Discombobulation is the right word for sure, and I would say it's a little bit of dorsal. It looks like me and Todd on a Saturday night right there, and there even some more extracurriculars going on for turn number 2. Is a 60 car of Trace Williams. Now Josh Peacock up on the wall of 61. Looks like he may have a flat. That's a big situation. And those guys are leaning on each other pretty rough there off of these corners there, Todd. They're full-fendered race cars, a full-fendered frenzy, but you get all these jagged edges on the bumpers of these things. You can cut tires down. I think Josh right there, he became a victim of maybe a little bit too much door slamming.
Yeah, Josh Peacock now relegated head down to pit road. That's going to be the end of the night for the number 61 machine. Contact sending him pit side, and that's not going to be good for Peacock not making the A main here this evening. David Blackbird's the only other guy on the outside looking in right now, Phil, and he's about 2 seconds away from Braden Richards in that number 11 machine. But meanwhile, back up front, it is Lon Franks aboard the number 22 machine, taking this B main so far. 04 Fast Frank Gonzalez running 2nd. David Klein, Stephen Moore, and David Clymer. That is your top 5 as we sit right now. They flash by that start-finish line. 4 more laps to go here at Williams Grove.
And you've seen all the fireworks we've seen already out here, Chris, through these first 7 laps. And if you're a guy right now comfortably in a transfer spot, are you inclined to even go up and race next to somebody, or are you just going to keep that car clean and just ease yourself into the main event? What do you think?
Well, I mean, you know, you're comfortably in a transfer spot, but you're also battling for position, you know, starting in the features. So, I mean, if you have the shot, you take it. If you don't, I mean, I would be a little, you know, lenient on the moves I make.
Well, we'll have to wait and see, as one car really got shot up the hill there through the corner, I believe. Was that David Klein's 26 car that made some pretty good contact with the outside wall through 1 and 2 that last time. But off the corner, it is all Lon Franks. He is just leading this thing, driving away. Gonzalez there. Fast Frank living up to that moniker tonight in the 04, currently running in 2nd. 3rd, Stephen Moore. David Klein back to 4th. David Clymer running 5th. Trace Williams, Eric Eichstadt, Braden Richards holding on to our final transfer spot. David Blackbird right now on the outside looking in. Down the back chute into 3 and 4. This time off of 4, Todd. White flag going to go in the air. One more trip around for Lon Franks.
Yeah, Lon Franks leads the charge down into turn number 2. Almost 2-second advantage over the 04 of Fast Frank. And he's got one whale of a push in that 04 machine. The 73 running 3rd, David Klein, David Clymer, Trace Williams, Braden Richards, David Blackbird, Eric Eichstadt now on the outside looking in. But down into turn 3 for the final time off of turn number 4, picking up B main. The number 22 of Lon Franks Man, I'm not used to that 22. 04 of Frank Gonzalez, Stephen Moore, David Klein, David Clymer, Trace Williams going to finish up 6th. 7th is going to be Braden Richards, and David Blackburn going to be your final transfer position. Eichstead and Josh Peacock on the outside looking into this one, Phil.
Yeah, something happened to Eric Eichstadt in the last lap. I'm not exactly sure what happened there, but Eric's, unfortunately, going to come to a close here before our 60-lap main event, which is coming up next here, live on Full Velocity TV. So what do you say, guys? We throw this thing trackside. Let's pay honor to this great country, the United States of America, and the playing of our national anthem.
They're at the line. White flag.
All right, here we go, folks. 60-lap main event grassroots racing series at the Williams Grove Speedway. On the pole will be car number 71, the Iceman Daniel Stifler, with the aid of Austin Miners alongside Eric Warman in row number 2 with Jim Revison with 21. Third row, the showstopper, Jamie Massey in the 62 with Tyler Blankenship's number 4 car. Next row, we got Chad Rigby in the 053, Bailey Hipp in the 46, Casey Brunson in the 10, Caleb Ramsey in the 13, rolling off 10th. Greg Turberville in the 20, Alex Cummings, Lon Franks, Frank Gonzalez, Stephen Moore, David Klein, David Clymer, Trace Williams, Braden Richards, and David Blackburn. That is your field. We are green flag racing at Williams Grove Speedway, and right away into turn number 1 and 2, we find the Iceman, Daniel Stifler, who had a great job there in his heat race. He's going to go out to the race lead. Austin Miners in for 2. Good race for 3rd there, Chris, as they hit turn 3.
Yeah, they're drag racing into 3, and Massey looked like he wanted to pick a nose in between Revis and the 113.
Sure did off the corners. They were about 3 wide off the 4. We have a yellow on the racetrack, yellow flag for the first time this evening here, right on the opening lap of the race at the Williams Grove Speedway. And I want to yell at Todd because he's a guy who said it's a Williams Grove and we're probably going to have enough wrecks here tonight to take us all home. So yellow on the speedway, and Todd, I've heard you say, is it the number 20 car of Greg Turberville? What happened to our buddy Greg?
Unfortunately, Greg had a little bit of a flirt there with the wall, and he could not handle it here, Phil, as the number 20 machine was up alongside there. They were racing hard for this position here. The 22 Lon Franks dives down into the corner, does not make any contact, but Turberville drives it in just too deep, too hot. Gets a little bit sideways, gets a little bit door check there. I believe that was from the number 60 machine, and the 20 goes into the outside wall once again. And Greg Turberville, a lot of damage to the front end of that number 20 machine.
Anchors away on the number 20 in there, too deep. I don't know who was out there before saying we want more nautical references out there, so we're going to certainly try. What do you say we have some fun here the rest of the night here on Full Velocity TV? Look at that scroller out there. Hashtag Make Dirt Racing Great Again, our buddy Jake Keel. So cool to have Jake out in the chat box. I want Jake alongside one of these days. So, Jake, I'm on my knees pleading to you, dude. I want you. I want your buddy Kinzer. I want the whole 9. Get the package out here. Let's put the gang back together for at least one night. What do you say? Maybe the Chili Bowl coming up later on this week. Let's strike the band back together for one night. But They head off here to turn number 1 and 2. This time it looks like the lights are out around the speedway. iRacing.com Pace Truck has the lights out, and we're going to go back to racing next time around with Stifler and Austin Miners on your front row. A very fast row number 2 with Jim Revis and Eric Warman. Jamie Massey, Tyler Blankenship make up row number 3 with Bailey Hipp and Chad Rigby. Casey Brunson and Caleb Ramsey going to restart here from position number 10 off of turn number 4 this time. The Pace Truck going to make its duck in for cover. We come up this long sweeping 4th turn. Stifler back in the gas. Green flag going back in the air. We are racing off of turn number 1. Stifler going to make it low, racing for the lead, but now a battle for second there, Chris, off of 2. Miners versus Revis. Who's it going to be down the back chute?
Oh, Revis has still got that nose by the quarter panel there. Just ducked it down low. See if he can pull off the corner here.
Oh, he's going to shoot it down low. Miners up high. Eric Warman, he has been high side. You remember old Harry get up against the wall? Well, Eric's running that cushion off that corner all night long, and he may have opened the door a little bit too wide off the turn this time, Todd, because here comes Jamie Massey to the bottom. Jamie's got Tyler Blankenship's 4 car right there. Eric Warman running up against the wall the way he was. It looks cool. Probably not the fastest way around right now.
No, probably not the fastest way around. Is Warman right there almost flirting with disaster as he comes out in the front straightaway. And that's where you now don't want to hit the wall. Risk reward. The risk is well not worth the reward for that 113. Starting to fall back.
Oh,
More
really
contact made back towards the end of the pack there. Not sure who was involved in that one. Just caught a tail end of that one.
Yeah, it looked like Bailey Hipp got spun around. I couldn't make out who got into him. It was the guy that was behind him.
Yeah, Bailey Hipp getting a piece of the action here. And yeah, I'm trying to go back here and stagger through and see who it was that got in the back of him. And it looked like it may have been, it's tough to tell. It was that Braden Richards 11 car, Todd. I think the 11 and the 46 may have had a disagreement of space here, and I think they both may have lost.
Yeah, well, you were talking about the guys up front. I was noticing a lot of three, possibly 4 wide racing in the back there.
And they're really getting after here. Williams Grove pretty much living up to the hype here tonight. Really good racetrack, but really troubling on here. 2 yellow flags in the first 10 laps there, Todd. You got back there, and what happened between Bailey Hipp and Braden Richards? They're both to the rear of the field, and I'm assuming probably because they had a disagreement of space.
Well, it was between the 73 and the 46, and yeah, disagreement of space, to say the least, and then 11 got involved in that one. The 60 involved Bailey Hipp right front. Looks a little messed up on that machine. Some of these cars, no worse for the wear, but the other cars got a lot of damage to them. Like Bailey Hipp's got a lot of damage to the right rear of his car. We're going to see how that's going to affect him in the 46 machine. He's going to come down pit road, though, Phil, to the aid of his pit crew, maybe to bang some of that stuff out so they don't have any cut tires.
All right, well, Todd, I can officially announce we've had our first casualty of the evening, and it may not be as much on the racetrack, but I'm going to say goodbye to an old friend right now. So you can bear with me, and I got to say thanks to all you out there who have kept Facebook Live and YouTube and Twitch TV electric all night long, but the trusty old pair of eyeglasses that I keep pulling on and off my face here to try to read all the chat, Todd, the arm come off, the lens just finally popped out of it. I think I have to retire the old trusty glasses here that I pull on and off the screen here every night, on and off the eyes to read the chat out there. We've had a casualty, huh? Say goodbye to a dear friend.
I don't know, Phil, what I would do without my glasses. It would be a travesty. I wouldn't be able to see anything. Green flag coming off the corner here. We're back to green flag racing here. Williams Grove Speedway, and Daniel Stifler assumes the lead with Austin Miners. Running in that second spot, Jim Revis, the evil one, running in third in that number 21 machine. Man, look at Stifler. Gets a tad bit loose, checks up the field there, and that's going to cause a chain reaction throughout the field. Hopefully nobody got involved in the yellow, but guess what? Yellow flag going to fly, and I'm going to blame it on that checkup there, Phil.
Yeah, I think so. Chris, what did you see out there running around there? Did you see any contact toward the back there? Did it all come from that checkup?
It probably did. I was actually focused on that Lon Franks machine. He made a good move there after starting the 1 and 2.
Well, we'll have to go back and wait and see. Todd will give us a replay look here, of course. He's usually pretty quick with these. So, Todd, I'm going to try to reach here for the backup plastic set of dollar store glasses I got over here, as I bought a whole lot of them. But what do you got for replay?
So what I got for a replay, the 10, the 26, the 16, all involved. The 10 down here, just sitting the wrong way here, pointing towards the infield. That's what's going to bring out the yellow. There was a lot more contact, though, throughout the field. But that's what's initially going to bring out the yellow. A lot of door banging down the back straightaway. A lot of the guys not giving very much. They're all taking that atmosphere as they come down through the back straightaway, just rubbing on each other, trying to take each other's spots away from them. Not a lot of patient drivers right now through the middle part of that field.
Nope, certainly not, and it puts us back under yellow here the third time at the Williams Grove Speedway. And I gotta say, I found the backup pair of glasses here. They're gonna, I guess I got a sticker still. These things are gonna pull up, but I guess I can still read what you guys on Facebook Live chat. You guys have been awesome. I see Joey Lamb out there. He's checked in. Charlie Harrell out there. Tough to see Charlie out of the night, but Michael DiCarlo, buddy, I've been watching out there. I see the references coming in. Well, I gotta say, Full Velocity TV tonight, it has been all hands on deck. I've got these scallywags like Todd Stanton alongside. We have Chris Miller out here tonight. We had Jack Truman doing controls. We had Brett Rolls over at DWR. Tim Christensen over at Stars on Dirt with us tonight. So it's been an all deck on hands kind of night here with Full Velocity TV. Hope you guys have tuned in for all three of the great shows. Been a lot of good racing out here tonight. And the Todd and Phil show carries on over at Grassroots. And we bring our buddy Chris Miller into the fold. Chris, hope you're having a good time and dealing with the hijinks of what is Todd and Phil here each and every night. What do you think? Can you keep up with the nonsense that we keep to spew here night after night?
Yeah, I'm just wondering what deck on hands means.
Well, wait, it's kind of like a catbird. Can you tell me what a catbird is? Somebody out there maybe give me a scientist on that one. We go back to Green Flag Racing here at the Grove off at 2. Stiff are going to lead Austin Miners. They are stacked up 3, 4, 5, not enough room, and
Lon and Revis.
it's a parking lot down the back chute as we get some, whatever that was in my ear there, Todd. I think I saw Revis around. I think was that Lon Franks around, or was that Jamie? One of those two white cars back there.
I believe that was Lon Franks.
Yeah, it was Lon Franks' 22 car. All right, Todd. Enough of the chicken dance. You know what? Why don't you go to work? Give us a replay. Flipping chicken dance.
We're going to take a brief look at this one in contact between Lon Franks and the 21, send them around. Battle the DWR guys, and I know Lon can't be real happy with that one himself. Jim Revis, unfortunately, involved. We're going to show this really quick here from maybe a different camera angle, because that one did not give it justice. As Lon Franks way down on the bottom and contact with the left rear into the wall. They go. Unfortunate for the 21 and the 22.
And that's a pair of, I can't say teammates, but those are DWR guys, Todd. That's like team-on-team violence. Have you ever seen that kind of thing before? We got Patchy the Pirate going on out here tonight.
We've seen that a lot. We've seen the violence team-on-team. I've been a part of that before, Phil.
Yeah, I think we drove orange race cars. We figured out our way to wreck, too, and same cast of characters did that last night too, but we'll save that for another day, another talk show, because the stories we could tell, they could be in many. But off of turn number 4, mercifully enough, thank God the lights will go out on top of the iRacing.com pace truck, because we have been under yellow here for the 4th time, only now working lap number 18. So hoping we don't lose our sponsors because of all these antics here tonight. Thanks Spatafora Firearms, thank iRacing iFlag. Thank you to our buddy Jim Revis, Evil One Graphics. I'm sure he's feeling kind of evil right now after the wreck with Lon. Thank Jameson over at CNC Race Designs, Team CCRD. Out in the house with Joey Lamb out there tonight. Got to thank DirtSeries.com, Hannibal Record Service, Charles Wooten from VRN for all the great help out there. You guys are playing along. Chris Miller for dealing with just the idiocracies called Todd and Phil out here tonight. But Chris doing a great job. Awesome to have him. And finally, Chris off of 4. Well, there we go. Charge it up. We're back to racing. Chris, take the call to turn 1 for us. Or maybe not. Yellow flag.
That was a short-lived green flag.
Premature. I guess premature. They didn't even get to the start-finish line. Something may... Something may be amiss out there, and Todd has unfortunately found the soundboard. And I hope he's playing this live over the air, because if he is, somebody please drive. I'll give you the address out in Mount Upton, New York. If you want to drive out there and hit him square in the nuts, maybe throw him into Lake Erie. I don't care what you do with him. Soundboard's great, but God, Todd, you're killing me. And we just have crickets because there's nothing else that we could possibly have. Off of turn number 4, the field doing something. Not exactly sure what they were doing there. They all got spread out and hit the gas. And the pace truck is still out there. I think even the pace truck driver is confused at this point, Chris. Who's driving that thing? Brett Rolls? All right, well, let's see if we go back green this time. As we are completely off the rails. The ship is sinking. And I'm not exactly sure what the heck is going on here at the Williams Grove Speedway, as lights will stay on the iRacing.com pace truck, and I almost feel like something is kind of broken right now. It feels like it's been under yellow forever. What are you guys thinking? What is going on out there?
Not too sure, Phil. I think they threw the caution real quick after that green flag because I don't think the whole field was set.
Something definitely weird going on, and that's for sure. And a peculiar night just continues on here now. Lap number 21. I'm kind of surprised we're still double file with the restarts, but
and the pace truck just left.
And the pace truck is about to come in, and I said, don't pollute the lake. Yeah, we're not going to throw Todd in the lake because I don't know what could possibly get there. Off turn number 4. We're going back to green flag racing. Oh my God, I can't believe we're doing this here tonight. We have just come to an all new low.
Oh, we got 3 or 4 wide in the back.
Yeah, we certainly do, and we're 2 and 3 wide even up near the front. Good race for the lead down the back, shooting turn number 3. Stifler and Austin Miners are going at it. We got Revis back there for third with Massey. It's 2 and 3. It's too close to call on place. Look at the pictures off the corner. Man, what an awesome race you're coming on here at the Grove now on lap number 23. We're not even halfway home yet. And we've got confused drivers. We've got tore up race cars. We got confused announcers. Jamie Massey bouncing off one of those Zook tires down there, Todd. See what that thing did. 6-2 got upset, lost track position. Thankfully, still going straight there. They're bigging off a 4. Stifler with the race lead, Chris.
Yeah, Stifler's leading. We got a battle for 4th back here between Massey and number 4 car.
Yeah, Massey and Tyler Blankenship going to go toe-to-toe, door-to-door off the back, stretching to turn number 3 this time. Massey down low, Blankenship going to ride it up high. Massey drives it deep into the corner, slams the door shut on the 4 car, so maybe make that mud duck call out there for the 4 cars. He lost a spot. Now caution flag once again here at the Williams Grove Speedway. Yellow, yellow, yellow. I have lost all count here tonight. The glasses broke. The pencil's on the floor. I want to say caution flag number 5, but for all I know, it could be 50. And I have no idea where the yellow may have come from. So, Todd, I'm begging you to put the soundboard down. Find out why we're under yellow. I'm not sure, Chris. You got to look at this thing. I'm not even sure who even may be around at this point.
I wasn't sure either. I was on that battle between Massey and Blankenship.
Yep, sure I was exactly too. So under yellow here, I believe for the 5th time, but you know, it's been a peculiar evening for sure of Grassroots Racing Series here live on Full Velocity TV, and street stocks usually a pretty good time out here tonight, but we saw cars wrecked in the Grove. We saw a couple of cars tore up in Charlotte here tonight. These full-fended race cars, Todd, they're going to have to call their body guys after this night because they got a couple of put back together. Thankfully, we got great sponsors out there like Jim Revis and Evil One Graphics and Jameson Colbert at CC Race Designs, because there may be a whole lot of new car. You can talk about Trash Panda Graphics and Nightstand Motorsports. All them guys put cars together, so there may be some new orders coming in.
Yeah, definitely. The 11 car got a piece of, I believe that was the guy right directly in front of him. I'm trying trying to gear that 631 machine of Alex Cummings, and around he goes in a knot does the 11 machine of Braden Richards. That's what brought out our yellow flag, Phil. Some of these cars starting to look like open wheel cars, like the IMCA modified versions.
Yeah, and you know they have to be because they're street stocks. They're going to be IMCA's because iRacing will yet give us the big block modifieds. We don't want to go out there and dance with the big boys in the modifieds quite yet. Nope. Flash bulbs are great. That's cool, but no. We'll take some street stock bodies off, make them an IMC modified. What do you say? But they wave off the restart once again, and we're having some issues here tonight with Grassroots Racing Series. This one here just having issues getting even to halfway as we're on lap number 28 of 30, and you feel bad for all the gang out there. You feel bad for RJ Klein, who has done a lot of great things this league. The last couple of weeks here, Todd, we come to Grassroots. We've seen some awesome racing with these guys. I guess it may be just a Williams Grove Speedway. I think you made the call tonight that not your favorite because of the amount of wrecks we potentially can see. And for once, I guess I'll give it to you. Maybe finally Todd is actually right about something. Maybe.
Well, it's one of those tracks. It's rather difficult. We're not even halfway home here. We're coming up on lap 20. We're going to complete lap 28, going to go on lap 29 of 60 here. It's a difficult track, Phil, whether it's working down the bottom, you're sliding up the track here in these flat corners, I'm going to call it. There is a little bit of banking, but flat corners. Then you're going down the straightaway, you're carrying so much momentum, so much speed into the corners. You just don't know what's going to happen. A little up tap can send you around in a not in a hurry, so that's why this is one of those tracks that you got to be conservative. You really can't run really hard because you're going to end up in a wreck, and that's what's been happening here tonight. People just driving a little bit over aggressive here this evening. Field restacked, repacked, green flag coming out over the field here down the front straightaway. The 71 of Daniel Stifler leading them down into turn number 1. Austin Miners in the number 8 machine. He's up on the outside. More contact, man. This is a parking lot over turns 1 and 2.
Oh, man, that is a big parking lot over there. Chris, I was looking up front. Did you get a peek at the contact back there? I saw 3 or 4 cars start bouncing off each other. Then just a mayhem ensued once again. We have torn a lot of cars up here tonight at the Grove.
That we have, Phil. I did catch the very tail end of that. I just caught the side of the car with a 46 car and barely hitting 2 other cars that were beside him. And they just didn't have anywhere to go.
No, didn't at all. And it's a tough break for all these guys as our caution flag out on the speedway again. And just feel like we're soldiering along, Todd. I'm not sure if I don't know what we have left of the till here. Do we have enough to maybe page Dr. Green? Is there even an elixir to solve yellow fever at the Williams Grove Speedway? Maybe we need to get Charles Wooten on the phone. He didn't. All right, I'm done. Todd, what do you got for replay? I can't. I just can't. I don't know. There's a lot of dead air going on here tonight. Can you stop playing? Stop playing, Todd. Stop playing. What? Do you have anything insightful to share with us, or we just let Chris call the entire show?
Yeah. We're pretty insightful here. You guys are just hearing that in the background. So, what's going on here? The 73, the 26 makes contact with the 73. That's obvious here on the screen. Around goes a bunch of cars, and like I said, they stacked them up over here in the corner. 631, 10, 20, 113 of Eric Warman down in the infield there. So this was what's the parking lot? It was almost like a freeway, Phil. Freeway, you stack them up, or maybe even a bad ice storm. With the snow on the road, you have a bunch of tractor trailers. They're going down the road, and they've never been in New York State, and they just go down and flying. You got cars, cartage, everything going into the corner. And that's what happens here. You can say snow, and then everybody just lost their cool, went over their heads there.
Well, they absolutely did, and it's a tough break for these guys. The iRacing.com page truck will find its way back to pit road. We'll try again for green flag racing off of turn number 4. Daniel Stifler going to lead the field back to green with Austin Miners. Jim Revis in there for third. He's going to sneak it down to the inside with Jamie Massey back there as well. They race down the back chute for that second spot. Revis down low, Miners up high. Who's it going to be, Chris, in the turn number 3?
Oh, Revis is holding his own. Miners coming back around up top, taking that momentum.
Sure is. Top lane rolling off of the corner. Revis down low. Look at Jamie Massey in the 62, just kind of looking for a lane to run in, and he might have a choice in there. 3, maybe 4 wide there is Caleb Ramsey going to stick it in there, and I think it was at the 4 car, who was that other than 13, that really made it. It was a Blankenship's 4 car that stuck it in there. They made contact off the back chute, somehow keeping it rolling. We're going to thankfully stay green off of the corner, but Stifler driving away up front. Revis in there for 2. The great race is still going on for 3rd between Jamie Massey's 62 car, Austin Miners in the 8. And Chris, don't count out Caleb Ramsey's number 13. He seems to be coming to life here for the second half of this race starting.
I agree with you there, Phil. He's coming, and he's coming fast.
Sure is. Off of turn number 4.
Oh, I got caution.
And yellow flag once again going to come on the speedway, so thankfully we don't hear the Titanic music going off in the background, and Todd will get the stream muted and have a whole other set of circumstances we don't want to deal with. But yellow flag on the speedway once again, and it feels like Groundhog Day all over again. Yellow coming out, and it looks like this one may be for the 4 car of Tyler Blankenship, so I'm not sure if he had contact or a big savage hit, but I know Tyler for sure. He'd call his buddies at Hanover Record Services help off the track, because it looks like, Todd, the 4 cars night may, for most intents and purposes, be all done. Off on the Hanover Record. F2 Todd. Come in, Todd. All right, well, the 4 car may have just kind of disappeared out of view, so we know the yellow is out there, but we can't see what happened to Tyler Blankenship out there. So yellow on the speedway once again here at the Williams Grove Speedway. This out of control sinking ship just continues to free fall down whatever. And somewhere out in the distance, I think I hear Benny Hill music playing, so not exactly sure there, but you do have something to show at the 4 car. Take it away there, Todd.
Yeah, there was a lot of contact there with the number 4 machine in the 73, and Tyler Blankenship. Like I said, he's going to be down there. Let's see what happens down through the corner here. As Blankenship down to the inside in the number 4 machine. So we might have rewinded it back a little further than we wanted to, Phil, just to try to get some footage here of what happened to Tyler Blankenship. We're going to let it roll here just a little bit, as it looks like Blankenship down on the bottom. So, yep, Bailey Hip makes contact with Blankenship. Around it goes, and a knot in the 26 gets into him also.
Now, is that a knot like we're on the sea going at knot speed or whatever it is? I know it's a night of nautical nonsense out here. You think we're watching SpongeBob, but we're watching Full Velocity TV here tonight. Off of turn number 2, Daniel Stifler going to lead that battle for second. Going back to work with Jim Revis and Jamie Massey. Here comes Revis to the low side of Stifler. Can Jim Revis make a stick, Chris, for the race lead? Massey almost thought of making it 3 wide off the corner. He thought better of that.
It's 3 wide down the front stretch. Caleb Ramsey is the meat.
And I'll choose roast beef if I'm eating that sandwich. That's Caleb Ramsey in the middle of a sandwich. Austin Miners is up high, the number 8 car. And the inside lane is a 73 of Stephen Moore. Those guys continuing to go out 2 and almost 3 wide. They all make contact going into turn number 3. They all bounce off each other, and they somehow keep it all going straight, which is better than the broadcast is doing out here tonight. But it is all Daniel Stifler up front. But Todd, the evil one, Jim Revis is lurking back there in the shadows. We get down to the closing laps. You got to call Evil One Graphics, because not only good, they're evil. That car looks to be good right now. Jim Revis to the low side, looking for the lead off of 4.
Yeah, a little bit of contact made there with the 21. Yellow flag going to fly again, Phil. Guess what? Got to go back to work.
All right, back to work. Absolutely. Todd's going to do something today, because I'm starting to think there's one of our buddies out here that Made a thing or two about running controls over here. Poking on my screen, it sounds like it's a 20 car of Greg Turberville without even looking. I think I got a real-life producer in my ear. This may be good. Todd, what happened back there to Greg?
Definitely the number 20 of Greg Turberville down to that pesky gate on the back straightaway. Sends Turberville around in the knots. I mean, definitely a knot. We're going to look again at this one. Man, he had nowhere to go. I mean, where was he? And just the 113 drop kicks him out of the way, going by him. So, tough break for Greg Turberville. Just not having no luck.
Can somebody please, for the love of God, give me the reason why they put that gate back there the way it is in the backstretch at Williams Grove? It makes as much sense as hiring broadcasters who, just have crappy internet or nothing at all. I mean, who would want to have that? That gate makes no sense. It's like a Ute tire. It's like that opening there at Volusia that guys almost love to hit. I mean, somebody out there, if you're watching Facebook Live, YouTube, or Twitch TV, can you give me the answer? Why the heck would you put that pesky gate? It's historical. I get it. It gives Williams Grove an identity with that stupid gate, but it causes more havoc than not. So, I don't know. I'm an advocate for walls and for fences, but open gates, that's like Doctors Without Borders. I'm not sure that works too well. It wrecks a lot of things, but I don't know, Chris. We're dead in the seat tonight. What do you think? We go back to green flag racing here shortly. I think the lights are finally out.
Yeah, I think so too, Phil. Should be. Well, let's hope we get a good green flag run here. It's been some pretty decent racing so far when we are under green flag up, and caution coming back out.
Yeah, caution gonna stay out on the speedway, and I just don't know. I mean, we've seen a lot of that here tonight. Hopefully, I think the lights go immediately back out on the racetrack, and if they do, I mean, we'll see. If not, maybe we got a time here to throw in another commercial break here tonight. We got a lot to show you guys, of course, but there's not really much good to talk about going. Well, how about our upcoming events this week? Got a lot coming up here. Back on the air tomorrow night at Twin Bill over at the Dirt Slinging Outlaws Pro Late Model, Super Late Model action there tomorrow night starting at 9:15 Eastern Time. Big two for here at Full Velocity TV. Tuesday night, we go back over to the Sim Addicts Racing League with the Pro Late Models. That'll be a great show at the Sim Addicts coming up live Tuesday. Wednesday night, usually DWR Wednesday Night Street Fight. So here's something special. Enduro racing. The guys can do a good old street fight Wednesday night. Well, how about an Enduro? Join us here Wednesday night, Full Velocity TV over at Dirt Warrior Racing. Off of turn number 4, green flag going to go back in the air. Daniel Stifler, Jim Revis, and Jamie Massey. Your top 3, Chris Miller, as we exit turn 2.
Yeah, Stifler's coming out with the lead, but Massey's taking a peek under Revis for second.
Sure is. He is there. Will they make this stick into turn number 3? Stifler going to stick the right rear out. Revis going to hold down the 62. They come off clean off the corner, but the 73 car, Stephen Moore around in turn number 3. Yellow flag back to the speedway. Yellow, yellow, yellow. I don't know if we could page Dr. Green. I don't know if we need Dr. Quinn, Dr. Meredith Gray, Dr. House,
Dr. something,
Dr. Alibi. I mean, you name it. Todd, what do you got down there? Show us the story of our buddy Stephen Moore in the 73.
Yeah, the 73 had a little bit of help from Austin Miners, and we're going to page Dr. Green here tonight, Phil, because we have a little bit left in our kitty. So we're going to page Dr. Green for some elixir to end the yellow fever here tonight. Williams Grove. We want to see green flag racing the rest of the race. How about everybody out there on YouTube, Facebook, Twitch? Well, you guys want to see green flag racing the rest of the night, don't you?
I
know
all
I
for
do,
it.
Todd.
Yeah, I think we're all for it. Chris, I think we start a pledge here tonight. We get green flag the rest of this race. Todd is buying drinks for everybody afterward.
I'm down.
Yeah, we're gonna drop in. Maybe we'll call our buddy Charles Woot and dip into that kitty. I know he's got a whole lot in that thing. Maybe Todd could dip into that fun. He'll buy beer for everybody. So if Charles out there, I know he's out there watching and listening. Todd, maybe you can get into your buddy Charles's wallet there and what do you think? These guys go green, drinks for everybody.
I think we can do drinks for everybody. They go green the flag the rest of the way. We'll do drinks for everybody. I'm not telling you what kind of drinks.
Oh, God only knows with you at this point. I got a bottle of Malibu right here, and it's starting to look awfully inviting, but,
Could be a surprise, you know.
oh.
Well, it looks like the lights are out on the iRacing pace truck. Looks like we're about to go green here.
Yeah, we certainly are. We'll see if, we're going to root these guys on. Come on, folks. Facebook Live, YouTube, Twitch TV. Show the love out here. Grassroots Racing Series, who normally week after week give us some really, really good racing. We want to see a green flag run of epic proportions. Let's get back here. 10 more trips around at Williams Grove. We're going to do the green dance here. The safety dance, the green dance, whatever dance. Off of turn number 4. Jim Revis going to lead the field back to green, or Dan Stifler to green. Green going to go back in the air. Stifler, Massey, Revis, the entire cast of characters in the Grassroots Racing League. They are now 3 wide for second off of 2 there. Chris, who's going to get fried in this one?
The caution came out, but that was a bold move by Caleb Ramsey to stick it in there.
Yeah, stuck it in real deep, and no drinks for us as yellow flag come on the speedway, and Dr. Green is telling me, Todd, the 420 of David Clymer was the benefit, the effector of this caution.
The benefactor, okay.
I can't even English anymore. Todd, give me a replay. Put a fork in me.
Well, it was indeed the 420 of David Clymer, and around he goes in a knot from Fast Frank's bumper. So we're going to show that again. But the 420 drifted up track, pushing like a dump truck there on ice skates. And I don't know how we were going to get ice skates on a dump truck, but that's a bad pun again on my part. But the 420 of David Clymer goes up the track, tries to come back down the track, and Frank Gonzalez is there. He says, "No soup for you." And around he goes.
Well, soup almost sounds good at this point because I'm getting a little hungry. I look outside, I see the street lights outside, and there's white crap falling. So soup really sounds good. We're up here in the Northeast, all 3 of us preparing for my end about a foot of snow. Todd and Chris, you guys out there upstate New York, I'm assuming you probably have the same unfortunate forecast as I do. All right, well, we're having a good time tonight, of course, out here, Full Velocity TV. Todd and Phil, we got Chris Miller alongside. Not sure what Chris is going to think of this, and he may send his resignation by the time this one is over. But I got to thank all you guys for playing along tonight. Jeff out there, and obviously Kevin out there in chat. Mike DiCarlo, you have been the man out here tonight with all these puns and nautical nonsense or something you wish. I am screaming SpongeBob SquarePants this time off of 4. And I'm not exactly sure what else is going on. I got Todd singing behind me. We've done the Titanic song. We have done the chicken dance. I think we've even done the Macarena. I'm not even sure what is left to do next. So Chris Miller, alongside of me, we played the polka dance. I'm not sure what more we can think there, but Chris is going to go out this evening with a story to tell for a long time. But off turn number 4, green flag going to go back in the air once again. Daniel Stifler going to lead the field. Look at Jamie Massey. He's going to make the move low. We're side by side for the lead, Chris, off of 2.
Side by side for first and side by side for a second there.
Yeah, Jim Revis and Caleb Ramsey going at it for 3rd and 4th, but it's now 2, maybe 3 wide for the lead as Revis going to drive it in low, bounces off of Massey, up into Stifler. They keep it straight, better than we're doing up here tonight in turn number 1 and 2. Stifler holding off Massey. That yellow flag coming out from the starter stand. Somebody, please, for the life of me, I don't know who we have to call. Somebody turn the lights. Somebody clean out the starter. Somebody steal that yellow flag. I am sick of seeing it. It has been out here at the Grove all night long. I can't even count anymore. My hooked on phonics tape is broken. My Common Core math calculator broke. The eyeglasses are cashed the other night. I mean, yellow is on the speedway. Even my director at this point has stopped talking to me. So, Todd, I'm going to ask you, and I am clinging to all hope on this one. What happened? Dr. Green says a 36-31 of Alex Cummings. So, Dr. Green, Todd, he's been right so far tonight. Are you right finally?
Am I right? Finally. Yeah. I was trying to
You know you ain't
get a
right,
good angle.
but
Oh, I'm right. I'm right. But there's a lot of contact made over here. 631, the 11, the 46, all involved in this one. The 420, he's involved, but he kept it going. 360 there by the 631 of Alex Cummings, though, after he got banged around. And he was used and put away, but the 631 machine finally going to make it back to the end of the field.
well, and the unfortunate news for the night is with the amount of yellow flags we've had, even Dr. Green, his face has turned. He is now going to go by the phrase of Dr. Yellow. We have steal all the green away. Even Dr. Green is feeling down, Todd. He is now Dr. Yellow. Chris Miller, you are in for a bit of history tonight here on Full Velocity TV. I can't imagine that we've seen races like this before with a whole lot of yellow flag, but it just sucks the life out of the entire group out there racing because you just can't get a good enough feel for what your race car is at this point. It's survival of demo derby, is it right?
You are right, Phil, because most of these guys do plan for a lot of green flag racing, and they set their cars up for that, and they, first see the track becoming a certain state, and they set their cars up for that, but we're down for what looks like a one-lap shootout.
Sure is. Off of turn number 4, green and white flag going to go in the air, so one more trip around. Now that we stole the yellow flag, it's going to be gone for the night into turn number 1 and 2. Let's see who's it going to be to pick up the race win. Down the back chute, Stifler, Jamie Massey, Jim Revis. They're going to battle it into turn number 3 and 4. Who is going to win this race off the corner? In the 3, off of 4. Looks like Stifler going to make the slide
job and drag race down to the line.
corner.
It looks like it's going to be Massey in for the
Jamie
victory.
Massey in for the win off of turn number 4. With a slide job for the ages, Jamie Massey going to pick up the win here on Full Velocity TV. Daniel Stifler in for second, Jim Revis for third, Caleb Ramsey fourth, and the hipster Bailey Hip going to run out with a solid top 5. Frank Gonzalez, Austin Miners, David Klein, Chad Rigby, Braden Richards, your top 10. This one had a whole lot of something. Not a whole lot of green, though, but somehow, some way, Jamie Massey timed that restart. He's going to go to victory lane. What a great move. You had to think there, Chris, that slide job was probably going to come to make the move for the win, and Jamie Massey, he timed that just right. And you got to feel kind of upset there for Daniel Stifler, who led most of this race, except probably the last 500 feet.
And that's the distance that counts, is the last 500 feet. I mean, you got 60 laps. You got to be there at the end to win the race.
Well, hopefully we got everybody out there in Facebook Live and YouTube and Twitch TV with us, because Full Velocity TV is going to head over to the Grassroots Racing Discord for the post-race show. So give us about 30 seconds. We'll be locked and loaded, ready for bear. Live Full Velocity TV. We'll be right back. Back here live on, I think about this point, Quarter Velocity TV, or whatever the heck it is, because we are completely off the rails, and I think we sunk into the deep blue sea about an hour ago. So off of the post-race show, we will talk to our top 3 finishers. We will send Todd to victory lane to talk to the showstopper, Jamie Massey, down there. We'll talk down here trackside to Daniel Stifler. In my first interview here at Grassroots Racing Series, we find an old friend aboard car number 21, the evil one. Jim Revis finishing up third here tonight. Jim, not a whole lot of green flag laps to even, put that great setup you had underneath to life, but somehow, some way you survived the carnage and end up third. I don't know what you got for comments after that one, but what do you think about that one?
Typical Williams Grove, buddy. Us three, we had some good racing up front. I think here on the last lap, they kind of drifted out and door opened up and I tried to fit in there, and me and Caleb kind of got together there and killed my momentum. But all in all, hey, I'll take a third here.
Oh, absolutely right. The Grove is a tough place to race for sure. And that car is going to scratch all over the front, back, side. There's not a good corner left in this thing. You beat the crap out of it. I see that you and Lon got into it in the back chute. You got bounced off the wall. What is it about this place that tears all these race cars up the way it does? Because it's such a great racetrack. It's got so much history to it. But we bring these street stocks or whatever we bring out here, and we seem to get more torp equipment than anything else. Why do you think that is?
It's just the different lines the guys run here. Like Dan, he kind of diamonds a little bit. Me and Jamie, we kind of hug the bottom as much as possible. Lon hugs the bottom. And if you drift out a little bit, you open that door up and they can capitalize on the inside of you coming out of the corner. But it's just typical Williams Grove. It's not one of my favorite tracks.
No, and it's starting to turn into one of mine too also. So, Jim, I'm going to toss you the mic one more time. I hope you guys will go back and hear the hijinks of this show because it's been one for, I can't even say the ages at this point, but the mic is all yours, bud. We're out there, Facebook Live. We've had a lot of comedic fun with those guys out there. And so Facebook, YouTube, Twitch TV is normal, Jim. The floor is all yours. You got a lot of great folks out there. And I also put the plug out there. After all these cars got tore up tonight, the Evil One Paint Shop is a place to go to get these new bodies put on them.
I hear you, buddy. First, I congratulate Jamie on his win, man. That was a hard-fought win for him there. Dan and them, man, they ran a hell of a race up front. Second, I got to thank my DWR teammates, group, and everything. Without them, like I said, you only get faster when you run with us. So, second or third, got to thank RJ and Grassroots Racing putting all this on. Got to make sure to plug E1G, man. All these skins beat up, like Phil said. I'm open for business.
That's exactly right, for sure. Get a hold of Jim Revis over at Evil One. Great group of guys right here. Jim Revis, third place finish. We'll let him get back to it and just kind of go over the damage this race car has. We'll walk down here and we'll find our buddy, Mr. Dan Stifler, down here alongside his car. And I already see the look on his face, Dan. You led 59 and 3/4 laps of this thing. But the last 500 yards, JB gets that run underneath you and almost steals that win away from you. Is that a bitter pill to swallow? You had a really good car, but I don't think anybody really knows what they had because we just didn't have the laps there under green to even feel these cars out tonight.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a little upset that I didn't pull out the win tonight, but hey, finishing on the podium here tonight after the race I had earlier tonight, it feels good just to bring it home one piece. On the last restart there, I wanted to drift high into one, but Jamie got a good restart on me and was able to power around the outside, and I just clipped that inside wall going into one. I think that gave him enough momentum to get around me that he needed. So congrats to him, and we'll take a second here tonight.
Well, that's good to hear that from you as well. You had a really good car. You had a good car earlier on, too, and I hated to see that and run for you and the way it did. But it's certainly been a long night out there in these street stocks, Dan. And we said that Jim Williams Grove has a patent to tear up these race cars and what it is, but it's such a cool racetrack, so it kind of is a bummer for all of us. But overall, I mean, did we even get a feel of how the racetrack was going to be? We saw heat races that the low side was really, really good. The top lane was pretty even. I thought over the course of the night, if we got some green flag running, we may see a whole lot of side-by-side racing. Do you agree what we might have seen there, or was it just in the cards that we were going to wreck cars all night and eye pace around that truck all night long?
No, I really thought we were going to get some good green flag laps in there tonight. We had a race here a couple weeks ago, and it went pretty well for the most part. And yeah, I thought we were going to have some good runs there, but man, felt like we were just pacing for about 40 laps there.
40 laps of 40 hours, whatever it was. It was definitely a long night for the guys at Grassroots, which definitely sucks because RJ's has a really, really good league here, and the racing has been superb up to tonight. But, Dan, I'm going to give you the mic one final time. The floor is all yours. Facebook Live has been bouncing out there all night long. Also out there, YouTube and Twitch TV. So anybody you're going to say hello to or thank, the floor is all yours as always, pal.
All right, thanks, man. Yeah, first off, I want to thank RJ and guys over at Grassroots Racing for putting this on for us. Thank Jim Revis, everybody who won graphics for putting this awesome wrap on the car, and thank you guys at Full Velocity TV for putting this out there for everybody to see. Appreciate it.
Yeah, we absolutely do our best, and we certainly tried here tonight, as everybody else did. Dan Stifler aboard, car number 71. He'll finish up second here tonight at Grassroots at Williams Grove. So we've got third and second out of the way. There's only one more guy to talk to, and that is the showstopper. No, not the Heartbreak Kid. It's Jamie Massey. He's in Victory Lane with Todd Staten here at the Grove.
Yeah, down here in Victory Lane with the driver of the number 62, the showstopper, Jamie Massey. Jamie, fantastic run here tonight. Drag race to the start-finish line, just nudging out Daniel Stifler at the line. Tell us about those laps. I know there was a lot of yellows. We're all aware of that, but when the racing was green, it was good.
You there?
Yeah.
Oh, man. Was that exciting or... That was awesome. I feel like we had a good car to win this thing. I mean, all night long I was fastest in practice. I had to start fifth in my heat. I mean, we come back and we got the interview earlier. I got roughed up in that Charlotte race. Got the Lon Franks, crossed her up in front of me, moved him out of my way. Here we are in Victory Lane. That's what I come here to do. I thank everybody for putting on the show tonight, man. And me and Jim and Dan, that was awesome. That was fun. I'm sweating.
Yeah, definitely a fantastic race for you tonight, Jamie. And like you said, drag race with Daniel Stifler at the end, able to take down that victory. What were you thinking about when he pulled that slider on the last lap?
I knew I had to get a good start, man. And we went down and won. I was like, man, he's got a good run, too. He threw it in there. And I drove by and went down the back. I was like, well, I knew the slider was coming. So I went in and entered the corner setting up for the crossover, but I just didn't think I would have enough to drive back by him. And, man, when I got the run up off the bottom, I was like, wow. And I didn't think I would have won it. Me and Dan, we have a love-hate relationship. We knew it was going to go either way. I love that guy. We race like hell every time we race together.
Well, Jamie, as we're accustomed to here on Full Velocity TV, we're going to give you the microphone. The floor is all yours. Think you would like to think tonight.
I want to thank RJ Klein, first and foremost, for the setting this deal up, Grassroots. And Full Velocity TV, and this is awesome. I don't know, man. I don't know how. I can't believe I won that thing. I'd like to thank my team at H&L. That thing, I had one of Josh's sit-ups in. That mug was rolling. And I'd like to thank Sanford Towing, my wife and family for allowing me to race late nights like this. We're just trying to get ready for the big thing. I'll be probably out of action a lot here next couple of weeks due to real racing. But I appreciate all y'all do, and glad I finally got me one.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, picking up the win here tonight, Williams Grove Speedway, Mechanicsburg, Pennsylvania, driver of the number 62. That's the showstopper, Jamie Massey.
Yeah, Jamie Massey had a good night of Full Velocity TV, got a second place at DWR, and finishes the night off here at the Williams Grove Speedway in Victory Lane. Way we finish it out here tonight. We get the party down here. Hopefully somebody's got a cooler full of beer out here because I still need a couple of cold ones. I'm sure Todd will find somebody down there. And Chris Miller, great to have you aboard here alongside. Hope you had a good time. And hopefully you join us here to the after party of Full Velocity TV because Todd and I call ourselves the Beast of the Northeast. But I guess we made this a trifecta tonight with you, bud. Hope you had a good time. Thanks for playing along with us.
Thanks for having me, guys. I had definitely had a blast calling a race with you guys. Definitely look forward to more.
Absolutely right. So there you go. Chris Miller joining us here tonight as part of Full Velocity announcer initiation, bringing some new voices in, giving some guys a chance to showcase their talent. Got to thank Chris. Got to thank Brett Rolls. Got to thank Tim Christensen. Those guys all coming out to play this evening. Got to thank Jack Chewin for the controls. Got to thank Josh Smith and Martin Karch, Jameson Colbridge, Charles Wooten, of course, the whole gang that makes up Full Velocity TV. Thank you so much to everybody behind the scenes, all you guys out there for support, Facebook Live and YouTube and Twitch TV, keeping us all upbeat tonight for what was a long night of Full Velocity TV. We'll be back to it tomorrow night over at DSO, Dirt Slinging Outlaws, with pro and super late model action there. So stay tuned, 9:15 tomorrow night. We'll be back on the air here with more Full Velocity TV. So until tomorrow night, we'll bid you adieu. And, everybody have a good night and hopefully keep your head above water. Have a good evening, everybody. Say goodnight, Todd. Night-night, Todd.